The system of Enochian, founded by the chief astrologer for Queen Elizabeth I, Dr. John Dee, and his assistant scryer, Edward Kelly, is a very, very potent Elizabethan magic system, with the constraints of Enochian dealing with angels, demons, and language. The language of Enochian is an actually established language now in occultism, and is seen as one of the most powerful liturgical languages one can use, aside now with Hebrew, Latin, and Arabic. So Enochian has a very, very prominent role in many ceremonial magicians' lives, especially in the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn circles. But today we are not going to be talking about the Enochian angels. Although the Enochian angels are very, very ambiguous and mysterious in nature, with some people thinking that the Enochian angels and demons too are jinns. Today we are going to be covering the Enochian Æthers. In all spiritual systems, the element of ether or spirit is seen as a culmination of the four elements: fire, water, air, and earth. In the Enochian system, the spirit realm is divided into 30 different sections. So without further ado, the Ikhwan Astahab, or the Brethren of Gold in English, is proud to present a breakdown of the 30 Enochian Æthers. In this video, we aim to give a systemic breakdown of how the spirit realm works in the system. So let's get started. The significance and relevancy of these 30 Æthers is to map and flesh out the pathworking and tree of life system that is residual within the Enochian system. With this, we can better understand where one is in their journey and what the ascension system is like in the Enochian, should one be able to practice it. So there are 4 overall sections to the Enochian Æthers, these being the lower heavens, which is Æthers 30 to 22, the middle heavens, which is Æthers 21 to 13, the upper heavens, which is Æthers 12 to 4, and then the 3 heavens, which is Æthers 3 to 1. We will be covering this video going from Æthers 30 to 1, as this is the ascension process we undergo as human beings. Let's start with the lower heavens, Æthers 30 from 22. The 30th Æther is the outermost Æther. It represents the material world and the starting point of one's spiritual ascension journey. This is where it all begins, and this is where it all starts. The 29th Æther governs the principles of spiritual testing and divine judgment, therefore making it a realm of trials and tribulations of the soul. The 28th Æther is the realm of spiritual ascension. It is the realm of the spiritual ascent and the ladder of divine understanding. The 27th Æther is the realm of divine revelation and the unveiling of the hidden truths of reality. The 26th Æther governs over divine guardianship and protective forces that reside in the cosmos. The 25th Æther represents the realm of divine purification and spiritual cleansing. The 24th Æther reflects the mysteries of time and the divine cycles of reality. The 23rd Æther is the sphere of elemental forces and their divine orchestration. And finally, the 22nd Æther represents the divine breath and the initiation of spiritual life. As a general takeaway, the lower heavens represent the soul's initiation within the constraints of the material world. These Æthers reflect the raw elements of experience, trial, purification, time, protection, and revelation. It is here that the spiritual journey begins, where the seeker first senses the divine and confronts the illusions of the physical world. These Æthers awaken the seeker to the hidden forces shaping destiny and prepare the soul for ascent. Now let's move on to the middle heavens, these being Æthers 21 to 13. Æther 21 is the gateway of divine ascension and spiritual clarity. Æther 20 is the domain of celestial music and the harmonies of creation. Ether 19 represents the manifestation of divine creativity and artistic expression. Ether 18 is the plane of perfect balance and divine symmetry. Ether number 17 governs the principles of divine inspiration and prophetic vision. Ether number 16 is the sphere of divine compassion and spiritual healing. Ether number 15 represents divine judgment and the sifting of truth from illusion. Ether 14 is the plane of cosmic justice and divine retribution. Finally, Ether 13 is the domain of transformation and alchemical change. The general takeaway of the Middle Heavens is that this section is about inner transformation, where the soul begins to transmute its shadow and align with divine principles. Here, the seeker encounters trials of justice, prophecy, creativity, and equilibrium. These ethers refine the spiritual body, guiding the practitioner through stages of karmic reckoning and visionary awakening. The Middle Heavens are the forge where the personality is burned away to reveal essence. Moving on to Ethers 12 to 4, these being the upper heavens. Ether 12 represents divine love and the nurturing force of creation. Ether 11 is the sphere of harmony and divine equilibrium. Ether 10 is so complex and vast as a topic that it requires its own video. So if you guys would like to know more about Ether 10, click the link in the description below. Ether number 9 is the domain of angelic order and spiritual guardianship. Ether number 8 governs the unfolding of divine knowledge and secret wisdom. Ether number 7 is the sphere of divine mercy and cosmic forgiveness. And no, the DEO does not stand for drop 'em off. Ether number 6 is the plane of primordial energies and archetypes that shape existence. Ether number 5 is lit! Represents the descent of divine light into structured form and law. And finally, Ether number 4 represents the realm of divine will and intention, focusing on the structuring of the cosmic order. So the key takeaway of the upper heavens is that in the upper heavens, the aspirant begins to touch divine patterns and archetypes directly. These ethers convey the architecture of celestial law, the hierarchy of angelic governance, and the infusion of divine mercy. It is a realm of revelation awe-striking, where the spiritual seeker witnesses the unfolding design of the cosmos and begins to understand their place in it. These are the realms of sacred knowledge, where divine order is internalized. And finally, Ethers 3 to 1, the three heavens. Ether number 3 is the spiritual bridge between the divine and angelic realms. It represents the manifestation of divine power in the angelic hierarchies. Ether number 2 is the celestial court, where divine judgments are made. It reflects perfect wisdom and understanding of divine will. Ether number 1. It represents divine unity and the throne of God. It's the highest ether and symbolizes the purest form of existence, beyond any form or duality. So here is the final takeaway for the three heavens and then the outro for the video. The takeaway for the three heavens goes as follows. The three heavens is the apex of all spiritual ascension. The final ascent leads to the source itself. These three ethers strip away all forms, identities, and dualities. Here, the soul stands before the throne of God, experiencing unity, stillness, and eternity. The seeker ceases to be an individual and becomes a vessel of divine will. It is the death of the self and the birth of the divine image. These ethers are the mystical consummation of the Enochian journey. For all my Thelemites out there and all my left-hand path practitioners out there, a really good resource to getting a better in-depth study of the Enochian ethers is The Vision and the Voice by Aleister Crowley. So, with that being said, everybody, this has been the video covering the 30 Enochian ethers. I hope in this video you guys learn a little bit more about the Enochian system and what it pertains to in terms of ascending upwards and downwards it. With that being said, everybody, my name is Ken from the Ikhwan Astahab, or the Brethren of Gold, and we are so proud to have presented this amazing production for you guys. Be sure to check out the video in the description, the short video describing Ether number 10. It's a real doozy if you ask me. Peace out.